Hey everyone, so I just added a new vehicle to the fleet. This is a brand new 2022 Honda CR-V EX all-wheel drive. So this is in about the middle of the trim lines for the CR-V. It's still very nicely equipped, but it was not too expensive. The only upcharge on this was the paint. This is Honda's platinum white pearl paint, so it's about a $400 upcharge, and the car stickered for just above $32,000. So for anyone looking for a Honda, if you're in the New Jersey or the Northeast area, this was purchased brand new from Clinton Honda. They are part of the Flemington Auto Group. That auto group does not charge a markup. I know with all these crazy car prices, people are looking for dealers that don't mark up, and Clinton Honda is one of them if you're in the market for a Honda. So this is even though this is a compact SUV, it's still pretty spacious inside. It rides very nicely. It's got 18-inch wheels, but the tires are 60 series, so it still has a nice, comfortable ride, but it still has a nice looking set of wheels and a nice profile to it. Good amount of cargo room in the back of it. Now, this CR-V generation has been out for a little while. They've done some refreshing on it and some tweaks, and it's very well equipped, and it rides very, very nicely. So I personally won't be driving this on a daily basis, but I'll pretty much be the one doing all the maintenance on it as time goes on. So on the inside, this has the ivory interior on it. There's a couple different options for the interiors on these. Black's obviously very popular. This is the ivory. So it kind of breaks up the color a little bit more if you want something more than just everything being black. And I have to say, for a $32,000 vehicle, this is very, very nicely detailed on the interior. This does not have cheap hard plastics everywhere. You have soft touch materials virtually everywhere. And if you're used to driving Hondas, the setup and layout of it is very common, and everything feels very similar to other Honda vehicles. So all digital gauge cluster on this with lots of controls on the steering wheel itself. You have the center shifter that's mounted up high, electric parking brake. You have the Econ button. This is also an auto stop start vehicle, but it does have a button. If you don't like that feature, you can turn it off. It's got the large display screen in the middle, and it's pretty well equipped. You have that ivory throughout, and everything has a soft touch to it. All the dashboard materials, and the car, I've only driven the car twice, but it rides very nicely. It's very comfortable. It has what I would say a good amount of power for a daily driver while still maintaining a good fuel efficiency. This is rated for 27 city and 32 highway. So I know with everyone being real concerned about gas prices now, they're skyrocketing really fast. I kind of have a feeling we might end up in the same situation where we were around 2010, 2011, where a lot of people potentially might be looking to get out of larger SUVs, V8s, pickup trucks, real gas guzzler vehicles, but they still want to have something big enough for their needs and the capabilities of all-wheel drive if you live in a state like I do where severe weather and snow are a potential issue. And this is a great alternative. Really good gas mileage. I think so far, even though it's brand new, I think we're getting about 29 miles to the gallon just with a mix of driving right now. And so it's pretty fuel efficient, this car overall. There's a good amount of legroom in the back, so you can definitely fit an adult back there, and it doesn't feel too cramped, especially for a more compact SUV. Good amount of cargo room in the back, and you have a flap on the top where if you want to hide or conceal the stuff that you have in the back. So it's basically everything you would expect from a compact SUV. Nothing real crazy, but very practical. A lot of nice features, lots of LEDs, headlights, lots of automatic safety systems, blind spot monitors. It has adaptive cruise control. These are features that a couple of years ago you'd really only see in more expensive vehicles, but lots of safety systems, lots of options that are basically included in the EX package without having to go up to a really high trim level. The seats are cloth, but I like that, and the seats are a heated cloth, so that's something that you usually would not see too much. And then finally, let's just go take a quick look under the hood. And under the hood, you have a 1.5 liter inline 4-cylinder turbo engine. Now, this is a direct injection engine. That's the only thing I don't like about this engine is it has direct only injection. So it's going to need periodic cleaning of the intake valves because it does not have any sort of port system. They're going to get dirty, but there are some relatively easy solutions for that. There are cleaners you can put into the engine to help clean the valves off. But like I said, it's 190 horsepower, so it's good where it doesn't feel underpowered, but it's not a gas guzzler. I think this is a perfect blend for a car like this. This is just meant to be a basic A to B transportation, a commuter car, and it's meant to be inexpensive and reliable. And I think they've done a pretty good job at that. There is a lot of room under this hood. You can get to everything relatively easily because the engine is relatively small for what it is. So maintenance shouldn't be too bad. There is a panel underneath, so for oil changes, I'll have to take that panel off to get to it. The air intake is right in the front here, so it does have screws, but it should be pretty easy to do changes of the air filter itself when that comes due. Batteries right in the front, brake reservoirs right up top, all your fuses, and everything's pretty easy to see and get to. Your coolant, your washer fluid. And I think this is a pretty good size engine for this car, and so far the fuel efficiency has been very good for an all-wheel drive vehicle. So as time goes on, I'll be doing all the maintenance on this, and I will be covering that on my channel. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.